Hello and welcome. Welcome to Tai Chi Treasures. If you haven't had a chance to connect with me over Tai Chi, my name is Nina Crist, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you every week on Sundays at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, just a little bit of the Taoist wisdom that's touched my life and really supported me. Um, in really all aspects of my life. Not only is it the Taoist wisdom, it's the Tai Chi, the practice of balancing, good morning, balancing the yin and yang energy within my body. So at the age of 17, I was a competitive athlete. I love moving my body. You could, see me running through town. I was constantly playing one sport or another, just constantly in motion. And it was something that just really made me feel good and really nurtured my soul. And as I was approaching the end of my high school athletic career, I started to kind of look to what's next. I was absolutely huge into soccer. I love soccer. And so I ended up going and playing, good morning, playing on a women's competitive, national competitive level soccer team. And as I went to that higher level of athletic kind of demand, I realized like how important it was for me to feel the balance of the mind, the body, and the spirit. So while I was playing with women from all over the world, being asked to kind of push myself beyond, we would have, multiple practices a day, people that were on Olympic teams. I mean, it was really the highest level, I feel, of women's athletics. At that same time, as I was training with these high level athletes, I had the opportunity to start training in martial arts. And my idea of training in martial arts was to find a teacher where I could learn the optimal way to move the body. Dancing, soccer, I was a competitive diver, a competitive gymnast, what else? Downhill skiing, snowboarding, lacrosse, you name it, I was doing it. I love movement. And to this day, my husband Ray and I are always out for a walk on our motorcycle, going swimming, going sailing, right? Just getting out in nature and feeling how beautiful and how powerful it is to engage in life in these beautiful ways. And so as I came across martial arts, I was so excited. I wanted, I think seeing on TV, all these different cool movements and like kind of almost like superhuman movements. So as I started my martial art career, I was looking forward to learning how to do the flying side kicks and the dragon tails, the spinning and the jumping and just all of that power and connecting with weaponry. And as I arrived at the dojo, I was greeted by a Tai Chi master, Lin Wu, one of my amazing teachers. Thank you, Lin, for always being a source of grace and power in all aspects of your being. I love you. And to be honest, at 17, Tai Chi was kind of the last thing I wanted to do. It was very slow. I had all this energy. I wanted to power through life. I wanted to go. And Tai Chi was asking me to slow down. It was asking me to really tune in to my body and tune into my body in a way that was really uncomfortable for me at that age. And it was the biggest gift. It was the biggest gift because there I was, this young adult in a room full of, I was joking, I was sharing this with someone recently, with these older people. They were people my age now. It's like I was with all these old people and they took me under their wing and they just loved me so much. And what I didn't fully understand at that time, and I'm so grateful for the connections and the relationships that held me in that space, because it was those relationships that kept me coming back to the dojo. The dojo is the martial arts training hall, for those of you that aren't familiar. So Tai Chi Chuan is a powerful martial art. I didn't understand that by slowing down, I was strengthening these smaller supportive muscles. I was really dialing in and tuning into this higher level of movement. And it was so uncomfortable for me to slow down because it was asking me to change the patterns of the way that I was operating. So I have no idea what that beeping is. Let me see. Let me see. Excuse me. Making dinner. It's a little bit later here in Greece, and the oven is where it needs to be. And as I was doing the Tai Chi and being asked to really change my neural pathways, change the patterns of thinking, change the patterns of my daily living, not only did the Tai Chi invite me into a deeper discipleship of becoming a disciple in the martial arts, which really means I became a martial art monk. I really, truly was hauling water, chopping wood. If you've seen the Karate Kid, any of that you could imagine. I was in Maine and I was in the elements, and I was really in a place where I started taking care of horses. We had 5 horses at the dojo. There was all this property and all this land, gardens that needed to be tended. So I got a chance to go into this very, very traditional experience of becoming a martial artist. And as I went from the Tai Chi experience into what was called universal movement, which was a blend of the hard and soft styles of martial arts. Yes, some people get confused when we say martial arts is an ancient dance. Now, that doesn't, the word dance does not take away from the complete lethality, the complete, the perfection of mimicking, balancing, harmonizing with whatever life is giving us. So if someone is upset, if someone is aggressive, if someone is off balance and they're in my arm's length space, it's up to me to protect myself. It's up to me to harmonize that energy to make sure that I stay in my optimal space of being. And it's often misunderstood, and there's a lot of confusion around the martial arts because we have so much in the media. I want to say Hollywood, and it's very entertaining, but it's not always quite accurate. And my 20 years of deep disciple work, personal inward diving and transformation, and teaching others the way of the martial arts. I taught people from the age of 18 months all the way up to people in their 80s within a day. So my morning started at 6 in the morning, and I would teach all the way into the evening. Classes ended around 9 o'clock. Students would leave around 9:30. I would close the dojo, go to bed, get up and do it again. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Why? Why did I become so passionate about not only practicing these martial arts, but sharing them with as many people as I possibly could? And I continue to do that now. I feel so passionate about the martial arts because these are movements for health, for mental clarity, for mental well-being, which is so, so crucial. It is so important that our thoughts are healthy and supportive to us, the individual of ourselves. It is so important that our physical bodies have the optimal chance to clean out any toxins. Most powerful, most intense toxins are the chemistry that come from the negative thinking of the mind. So really shifting out of the collective consciousness, the belief systems of what we are taught, patterns that no longer serve us, and stepping back into an ancient way of being. And I say ancient, let's say universal, let's say a truthful way of being that's directly connected to nature. And because we are nature and we're part of nature, it is essential for us to stay connected with not only our true nature, but with the elements, going for walks, connecting with the water, connecting with the fire. I absolutely love fire, for those of you that know me. Ray got the fire going for me before I started, and I was like, thank you. But I sit here with a fire behind me. I have the beautiful, beautiful Greek sea next to me, the Aegean. I've got ledges and mountains on the other side of me, and I'm just surrounded by a rose garden all around. Here I sit in this space of peace because I know from my practices of Tai Chi how important it is for me to connect with these elements. So for the mind, the body, and of course the spirit. When the mind is got that tuning into being kind and compassionate and patient and tolerant with yourself, forget trying to do that for others. If you can't do it for yourself, it's going to be nearly impossible to be kind, caring, loving, compassionate. All of those virtues of heaven are going to be nearly impossible to offer to others if you can't offer them to yourself. Once you have a clear and strong, positive mind, productive, then the body can rest in knowing that it's loved, it's accepted, it's admired. The sweet body, I can feel the strength, I can feel the power, I can start to flow through life with grace and with ease. That combination of connecting the heart and the mind allows the spirit to come in fully. And when you're inspirited and you have your vessel, your body, allowing the energy of your spirit to fully come in and to be embodied, then we can dance the ancient dance of life. And yes, martial arts is part of that because it's primitive self-defense. Every mammal on the planet has a way to defend itself. I even look at the roses with the thorns. Every living being has its right to self-defense. And hear that and feel that, the power of protecting yourself, saying to yourself, I value my existence to the point that I will stand up for myself. I will ask why. I will ask why to every single demand on my being. Whatever it is, anyone asking me to do something that's going to affect my physical, mental, or spiritual well-being, I want to ask why. I want to make sure I'm really clear about anything that I'm putting into my body, anyone that's communicating with me, any energy that's exchanged between another person and myself. And this is part of self-defense and part of martial arts. So as we start this new series of Tai Chi Treasures, I'll be sharing with you many of the treasures that have touched my life, that have offered me healing, have offered me nourishment, have offered me so much joy, and really a reprieve, a place to return to when the chaos of life, the challenges of life arrive, and you find yourself in maybe a space of despair or difficulty. Maybe you have a moment where you want to celebrate life, even then. So whether it's the difficulty or it's joy, any place within this spectrum of living and existence, Tai Chi is going to offer you a way to celebrate, a way to return to your center, a way for you to feel your spirit fully present in the here and the now, and this amazing opportunity to exist on planet Earth. So I'm going to stand up. I'm going to share with you guys a short practice. And I'm seeing that I already have shared for quite a bit. I'm just going to be making these Sundays quite short. So one of the things that is that I find is really important is how to release the toxins in the physical body. We have the lymphatic system, where the toxins that we receive from the environment externally. You think of smog, you think of other people's emotions, other people's attitudes. Think of what you're putting in your body. A lot of times we hear people say it's important to eat organic. Make sure that you're, not getting any of the pesticides that are put in so much of our food these days. The thoughts, the energy of the chemistry that we have in our body. So many different ways that we get toxins, right? How do we then release the toxins out of the body before they start to affect us on a cellular level? So I'm going to share with you a short practice today. One of my favorite, and because it's Taoist, because Tai Chi comes from nature, everything is mimicking nature. So all you got to do is bend at the elbows, relax your wrists, get your hands super relaxed. And I'm going to step back a little bit so you can see and turn. I want to let my heels start. I'm going to start to shake my hands, and I'm going to start to gently unlock my knees and let my whole body bounce. And I'm going to let that happen until my heels lift. And I'm going to feel a little bit of a thump, right? So I'm going to just keep shaking down the tree. And as I'm shaking down the tree, I'm gonna let out a good ha. And how is this martial arts? This is martial arts because without allowing the toxins to release, I'm not defending myself, right? This is self-defense. Self-defense on a cellular level. I'm not worried about anyone coming and attacking me because first things first, I need to make sure my vessel is clear from the inside out. So I'm gonna let my spine sway. I'm gonna continue to keep my knees soft. And I'm feeling right on the inside of the big toe mounds, there's a kidney 1 point called the bubbling spring. And I'm gonna feel that bubbling spring, like bring this light energy all the way up to my collarbones. My hands are completely relaxed. My elbows are relaxed. And I'm gonna relax my chin and give a good, and if you wanna give it a try, I highly recommend it. Don't worry about feeling silly. And as you're swaying, kind of shift, turn from side to side, and then bring your hands out and bring them up, bring them forward, and then take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, slowly release your hands by your side. Feel your tongue touch the upper palate. Feel your eyes soften or close. Take a moment and feel the energies continuing to flow through your body as your body comes into stillness. Smooth inhale through the nose. A nice audible exhale out through the mouth. Step your feet under you, take a deep breath. Inhale, stretch the skin of your palms as your arms sweep out and up. Let your palms unite overhead, and then slow motion exhale, thumbs are gonna brush the front of your face. And as your hands come to your heart space, just take a moment to inhale, bring your attention upward, and exhale, bowing head below heart. Here, I honor the space of my heart. That inner voice that's a little more quiet, but is dedicated to my own personal healing and evolution. That part of myself that advocates for my well-being, that is that intuitive knowing of what I need to do. And so I'm just gonna ask and give permission for each of you to turn the volume up of that voice, letting go of the voice, that narrator, the voice of the collective, of the belief systems of others around us that get parroted within. Just give a little bow and say, I've got this. Kind of turn the volume down of that voice. And as you inhale, open your eyes. As you exhale, tap the heart space. Inviting your energy into the heart. And then release your hands, letting your whole motor system know that I love you, I admire you, I accept you, you are perfect as you are. And just notice how that feels. Notice how simple it was. I mean, I just took a few moments and I know I feel better. I hope you feel better. In the dojo, you wouldn't believe that is absolute. And if you're in a dojo doing martial arts or you're in a yoga studio doing yoga that doesn't incorporate breathing, I'm gonna invite you to start breathing, because without breathing, the energy is not moving. And if the energy is not moving, then the dredged up toxins in those same channels are not moving out either. I love you all. Thank you for being with me today. Every Sunday at 9 a.m. Eastern time, I will be sharing Tai Chi Treasures. I hope you can join me. I have a lot more to share. I also will be sharing a Tai Chi training for anyone that's interested in learning more about Tai Chi for themselves. Anyone that's interested in being certified in Tai Chi in the 24-move Tai Chi Chuan classic form. I'll be sharing this because these 24 moves are like the alphabet. I want to make sure people know each of these traditional movements, how to do them in a sequence that clears the meridians, the channels of energy in the body. I'm so glad you feel better. And how to spontaneously start to bring them together in a creative flow where the energy starts to move you, but you have muscle memory and you can start to feel the body moving intuitively in this divine wisdom for health. Thank you for joining me. I love you all, and I look forward to seeing you next Sunday. And I'll go ahead and post the Tai Chi training in here for anyone that wants to take a look at it. Awesome if you're a massage therapist, if you're a yoga teacher, if you're a human being, I highly recommend it. All right, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next week.